Well, it looks like Tori's filling her dad's shoes and becoming the new Spelling Entertainment Incorporated. All that and more when we return.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Thanks for joining us. This is episode 2, The Pitch of BH90210, the reboot. The full original cast is involved, and we could not be more excited about it.
Yes.
I'm your host, Bethany Jean, and I'd like to introduce you to my co-panelists. This is Jackie.
Hi, guys. I'm Jackie Nova, and I love everything 90s.
Yep, lover of all things 90s. And then we have Chelsea.
Hey everyone, I'm Chelsea Overocker. Excited to be here, and I'm a big 90s music fan.
Yes. And we have my girl Shantira. You might remember her from last week.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm back, and I'm a lover of 90210, even when I was a child.
Even when you were a kid. Thanks, Mom.
Right.
Thanks, Mom, for having good television taste. Well, tonight we are going to be talking about all the hot topics. I mean, primarily just Tori is a boss babe. She's just filling her dad's shoes, which is, I think, really fun to watch. I've really enjoyed that. We're also going to touch on this super weird situation with Jason and his wife. Mm-hmm. We were all so disappointed in him, but turns out she's a bad girl. She's a bad wife. And then Gabby is not only bi-curious in real life, but she's writing it into Andrea Zuckerman's character, which is really interesting.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. And also we have a stalker. So, okay,
We got a lot
let's
to
get
talk
into
about.
it.
Oh, gosh.
So I personally really loved seeing Tori kind of take over her dad's passion. Like, you can tell it's in her blood. What were your guys' overall thoughts about this episode?
I was really glad also that Tori is taking over her dad's footsteps. Like, I mean, she was doubting herself, but I'm glad that as the episode kept going, she became confident. Like, oh my God, I could do this, just like my dad. Very persistent, just like Dad. And I love how dark it got. And a lot of people in the chat are talking about how dark it got at the end, and we will get to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I love how Tori's stepping in her dad's footsteps. It's definitely giving her that confidence boost. I just wish her husband was a little bit more supportive. So hopefully, the next couple of episodes, he'll be more supportive of her and proud of her. But I'm happy for her. I think she was kind of the back burner the first episode, kind of being broke and everything. And now she's just like, you know what? This is the situation. This is what it is. And I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with both of you guys. For me, I think that Tori kind of has that quirky type personality, so I feel like that she would be the one to get them all back together because of just her personality. And I just couldn't really imagine anyone else doing that.
I've really enjoyed watching her in this role.
Yeah.
Because I was even saying to you guys, I feel like this is her real personality.
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's not acting at all. Like, I think this is her, and I think it's really cool because even though we didn't see a ton of Aaron's spelling, he was a very behind the scenes. Everyone knew his name, obviously. He's produced like more television than anyone. But it just kind of makes me wonder, did she get her charisma from her dad? Like, is maybe that why he was a producer as well?
Yeah. I would wish
about
if there was
that.
like some sort of video of the dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Her dad.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really fun to watch. And I thought it was really cool that it was kind of pointed out to her that she's such a super mom.
Yeah.
Which clearly she has
Which
to be
is
in real
really
life.
cool.
She has
Yeah.
5 kids,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God, and that's
Like-
when it clicked for her.
Like,
She was
that
just
is
like,
producing. You
Yes.
saw her on her little chart, and I can fit in this and sign this report, and like, she's already
Yeah.
doing
She's
all-
already producing.
all moms
She
are
might,
producers.
seriously.
And that's one thing Jenny even said too. She's like, you have 6 kids, you're rocking it out, you should be proud of yourself. So,
Yeah.
and I love that friendship between Jenny and Tori, how they're just supporting each other.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
And they're real executive producers on the show.
Seriously.
Along
Which is
with
awesome.
Ian as
Yeah.
well. It's
Right.
like, it's all, Jason
They
too. It's like a
are,
whole list.
It's
Yeah.
And I think they've all been doing producing a lot anyway, so
Yeah.
it just kind of came natural. Yeah, super cool.
absolutely.
So do you have a special little message for us, Chelsea?
I do. So before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. In order to help us grow, we ask please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. Again, we really just want to thank Maria and Keven for creating AfterBuzz TV because we're able to engage with you guys as fans. So thank you so much for supporting us in what we do and what we love.
Yes. Right,
Yes.
yes. And make sure you leave nice comments.
And
then she gives a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Keep sharing and definitely keep the comments positive, please.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this was 20 years ago. So if we have a fuzzy memory of something, it's not because...
It's because we were itty-witty babies.
Yeah, it's just a long time ago. It's hard to binge watch, a decade worth of a show. But
Yeah.
all major fans anyways.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I want to talk about Jason.
Yeah.
I feel like
Jason.
a lot happening for him in his personal life in this particular episode. Even one of the fans commented in our YouTube stream that I don't think that's really Jason's baby.
And they were right.
Right.
Yeah, so what were your guys' thoughts about this situation?
I had like a mixed feeling about it at first because he was very arrogant on set as a director, very cocky. But then it's like he cheated. And then I was feeling really sorry for his wife. And then it turns out to be she's cheating.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I feel bad for you, but no,
They're
it was
both
for a
doing
different
each
reason.
other.
And I really feel bad for you because it's,
Yeah.
karma.
Karma comes around.
No, seriously. For me, at first I wasn't... I think maybe I was hopeful, but I think because the way the show is going and it's just so extreme, which I love. I love the show. I love what they're doing with it. It's like you never really know what to expect. So I think adding this twist kind of makes it fun because I'm waiting to see, okay, what's going to happen? Because you already have like two people like going through like a divorce. Well, Ian and Jenny. So it's like we're going to add on Jason too. Makes me wonder how they're going to like play that out.
Right, like everyone's getting a divorce
Right,
now.
I'm like, what's gonna happen? So I'd be curious to see how
The divorce reboot.
and also kind of
cheating and divorce
reboot. And also kind of like slyishly make it look like Tori should be getting a divorce. Kind of.
When her husband seems pretty absent, right?
Yeah.
And then Brian and Tori, you never know what can happen there. Jason and Jenny are heating up. And I loved when he was giving her good parenting advice and she even thanked him for it. So that was a cute moment because Jenny's always kind of being mean to him a little bit.
she's feisty.
She is.
I know.
Feisty blonde boy.
It's weird. He's been nothing but nice to her, but she has a lot of like pent up
aggression
right,
with Jason.
kind of
I
strange.
think she secretly has a soft spot because I mean, come on, Tori's her best friend and was trying to like get her to do the reboot, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Well, you could just thank Jason for that." I'm thinking that's all he had to do. That's all he had to say, give you your kudos, and then there you are.
Right.
So, but I mean, again, I love their chemistry. I love them together, and they're funny. Like it's
They're really funny.
Yeah, I love the back and
yeah.
forth, and I even wrote down too when Brandon was like. Talking about how he doesn't want to be in a Peach Pit uniform, and I'd be here for that. I'd
cracks
be
me
so
up.
here for the Peach Pit uniform.
rooting for
Let me tell you, we need to go eat at the Peach Pit. I'm already
I
like
know.
on their Instagram, Peach Pit. We need to go have a burger there.
I drove past it on Melrose a few days ago. I was like videoing it. I'm like, I want to go there for sure.
Peach Pit.
I know. I need 5 minutes of time to go to the Peach Pit.
Seriously.
But one thing I'm saying is, with this episode in particular, you're seeing like the layers of everyone's plot is starting to unravel. Because the first episode, I was kind of thinking, okay, where are they going with this? Is this just going to kind of be like a corny, funny thing? But this episode, especially towards the end, it got a little bit more intense. So it's getting into some bigger plots.
Oh
Yeah.
it's
It makes me
unraveling.
wonder how they're gonna fit all this into 6 episodes because it's a lot. They're unraveling a lot.
You know what the trick is? Okay, all these guys are behind us as executive producers.
Right.
They don't want to cram it in that few episods because they want
this is
another
the bait.
season.
Yes.
This is the
Yeah,
bait.
this is the bait.
Definitely the bait.
And I have to say, kudos, guys, because it's working. I liked this episode way better than last week's. Just to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna keep
Yeah.
getting better and better.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused, thinking, why are they doing this? I just wanted a reboot, just kind of picking up from last time.
Everyone did.
Everyone
I
wanted that.
mean, the fans are in an uproar. Like,
Yeah.
America is furious about the fact that we're actually looking at their backstory. But it's taken me a week. And I mean, I heard a little bit about that in advance, but it's taken me a week to really chew on it. And I'm kind of like, okay, I'm getting on board. And I just really enjoyed this episode.
Really, I love that they're doing this reboot. And it's like, some people might be confused because it's like, well, wait, Jason's name on the actual show is blah, blah, blah. No, listen, it's okay. They're doing a reboot.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's a reality show. But guess what? Whatever was missed, those 20 years or whatever, is going to unveil in all these episodes.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree with
it's going to be
that.
exciting.
And I like how they're bringing it into, like, now. Like, especially with the Gabby storyline. But I will say, I love Jason and Gabby's relationship.
I love it.
Great friendship. I think they're able to help each other out. She's able to that's how she wanted her character to explore sexuality, I think, after talking to Jason about it.
And let me tell you something. Way back in the days, I always kept saying, God, Gabby's character, I'm not sure why she's not with a girl, because she seems like that's what she should be with. And then it's like, that's what's happening now.
I think a lot of fans thought that. Because that wasn't really something that was ever written in, even insinuated. But for
like
some reason, a lot of people did think that. I definitely heard that.
I definitely had that feeling. And though she mentioned, like, she wasn't even able to touch her partner who's African American. Like, she's just like, can we please mix
weird.
Yeah.
That was so weird to me.
Yeah.
When they said that. I mean, I felt like 90210 had so many social awareness topics.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it. Because I wasn't really into teen dramas. That wasn't like my thing, but I loved 90210. And the first episode of the reboot was kind of just like drama a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's mad, everyone's like having affairs, and I was just like, oh, that's not
They
as
were,
much
they,
what
were
I
set,
want.
they were setting us up, though.
They really
Yeah.
were.
But so I was glad she mentioned that, and I was like, okay, now we're getting back on track about what it was really about.
But before we get off the topic of Jason, I just have to mention that Emily Valentine, her name's Christine Elyse, and she is.
Yes, I got that right here.
So
I'm happy that she's back. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if she was in another episode, because I loved her character, and we all know that she went on a date with Dylan, hooked up, and then went out with Brandon, and then she dated Brandon. So for me, I'm just like, I would honestly be here to see her kind of somewhat involved.
She was one of my favorite characters.
I loved her character.
Now, doesn't she
Because
look
I
like
was like kind of punk rock, and to me, she was like the kind of token like punk rock girl. And her
she
little,
looks like Pink now. Like I swear to God, I was just like, for a second, I was like, hold on, so Pink is on this episode?
Wait, hold on, they bring Pink 90210.
I know, but Pink's on 90210. But like, what?
It makes me wonder too, and like I would totally be here for this if they're gonna bring back like Tiffany Amber Thiessen and other other characters as well.
probably not in the 6 episodes, but if it gets
like
season,
I would totally be here for it.
Yeah.
I would love to see everything just kind of come together and just see it like. I don't know, I kind of want to see tension arise and stuff. Cause
what was the girl Marissa that played? Oh, what was her name? Dang it, I'm really failing you guys right now. She dated
Brian Austin Green.
Yeah, I was gonna say David's character.
His wife in real life, right? Or I'm sorry, he has a child by her, but she was in the. I think she.
You know what I'm talking about, right? She played Donna's cousin. In the college years, dark-haired, gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
I think her real name is Marissa.
Ooh. We gotta look that one up.
Something we gotta look up.
Gina, is that right?
I think on the show.
Yeah, on the
gonna
show
see if
she played
somebody
Gina.
has
And
something
if you
to say
guys know
about
in the
that.
chat, like I said, it's 10 years, so definitely let us know
Let us
in the
know.
chat.
Ooh.
But I know you're
Let
talking
us
about.
know
I
in the
think
chat.
it was Brian Austin Green's child's mom. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we've got someone saying, I wonder if Gabby had to deal with the LGBT rumors back then, but I wonder this is a part of adding this to the show. I mean, I agree with Sweet Lights that, I mean.
Well, if so, timing's apropos.
Absolutely.
I mean,
this show
huge
is
topic now that maybe wasn't as much back then. So, yeah, that's really cool. Anyways, so I think it was interesting to watch Gabby kind of start to tell her husband. We didn't see how the rest of that went down. So I'm going to be really curious to see what happens. with
Yeah.
all of that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And they look good. They look good. I just want to say real quick to the cast members, you guys look
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah, everyone looks great.
Yes.
Good.
By the way, Bethany, you were right. Her name was Gina. And
Gina,
her name's
right?
Vanessa.
Sorry,
Marcel.
Vanessa. I was like,
Vanessa
where is
Marcel.
that? Sorry, guys. I, again, did not look that up. She was so beautiful, though. And she was kind of like the bad girl that kind of replaced Valerie Malone.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting to just see. There were so many people that came through this show. It would be
Yeah.
interesting to see how many people come back. And if you guys want, in the live chat, shout out. Are there any passing
Shout it
characters
out.
you guys?
I was happy with Emily Valentine. I'm like, yes, girl.
We were
That was
all
cool.
excited. We're like, ooh, she's
You know who
coming
I
back.
see all the
Gina.
time is the guy.
They love it. They're like,
The guy
Gina.
that played Deshaun Jackson. Am I saying his name right?
Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
Was his last name Jackson? Deshaun, he was the like big basketball player in college that Brandon helped tutor. Do you guys remember that? I see him all the time
Seriously.
Okay.
in real life. And I
Well,
like
he's probably watching this and he's like, listen, I need to be rebooted.
I think his kids are my kids, is my daughter's age, and I see them. We come and go from the same place, and I always want to be like, "Hey, I'm a huge 90210 fan. I don't want to geek out." You were part of something major. Congratulations!
Seriously.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, well, I don't know if we should just hop into what's so dark, but kind of a big deal.
Huge deal.
Very
Brian,
big deal.
initially Brian had a stalker because he left his wallet in Vegas and this kid found it. I think it's really weird. Most stalker situations don't start out like that.
Right. That's why I didn't think
Yeah.
it was going to be a stalker
No.
situation.
I thought he was going to actually just give the wallet back and just be like, I'm a fan, but
Yeah.
be cool about it until he
Yeah.
started doing the creepy stuff. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a
super creepy.
question though. How did he even get access to being able to record them in their house
Yeah.
arguing and knowing that he would need an assistant? Because I'm like thinking, you're like.
We'll
I mean,
find out.
if you're married to Shay, I mean, I'm getting a little technical. If you're married to Shay, I would think that y'all house would have like security
Yeah.
and like, how did you even get past?
I know,
a
that's what I was thinking.
sneaky,
He's
shady
like,
man.
Sneaky
he's like
little guy.
right outside the
Right,
window.
the
And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like, really? That doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
Or he's a very wonderful undercover thief, and who knows what else we
Yeah.
might reveal.
Oh, also
Maybe
we-
he pickpocketed.
maybe he was a long time like super creep fan of Brian Austin Green or of any of them, and that's why he was in Vegas, and that's how he ended up with his wallet too.
Yeah, 'cause I guess he could have been following them around and saw that wallet.
I think he's been following him way before Vegas. It's just kind
Yeah.
of like the start of it where the show picked up.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I can save it for predictions, but I don't think he's a fan.
He must have some kind of
I think he-
grudge.
Either grudge or he has a personal connection, maybe family related.
Oh, interesting.
Because, you know, with the show, there's many affairs and lots of crazy things that are happening out in
Seriously.
Beverly. So maybe he was part of a past relationship.
You know, he.
Interesting.
Oh my lord! I know we got to keep this for predictions, but he does kind of look like Brian. He could be Brian's son or something.
That's what I was
Oh
thinking.
Lord, have
But
mercy.
we can save it for predictions, but that was
Yeah.
kind of what was going through my mind.
We'll say it. We'll
We do
say
have
it.
to save that for prediction. I was deeply disturbed by the dolls.
That
Oh
was
my goodness.
crazy.
And like, why is Donna Dexter style chopped up?
Oh my lord!
It reminded me a little bit of Pretty Little Liars. I was like, 'cause, yeah, there's an episode where it's with the dolls that they get back, and it's of them. But yeah, I was like, this reminds me of that kind of.
Well,
It's
and they're
creepy.
all at their doorstep.
Yes,
so
yes,
he started with just finding his address, but now he knows all their addresses.
But do we really think it's the kid though?
I don't think it's the kid.
I know. I'm like,
you
I
don't?
think
Not the
it.
kid.
I think it may be
oh,
someone else.
I did.
Really?
I did think it was the kid. So maybe I'm just flat out wrong.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! It is
interesting.
heating.
Yeah.
What are they saying in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Did Shay have a child from a previous relationship? I mean,
Oh.
It could be the Shay, and then he wants Brian out of the picture. Maybe.
It could be.
Right.
Yeah.
It could go
At
that
this
way.
point, I feel like the way it's so dramatic, I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
as to what it would be.
oh lord! This one's saying yes. I think the stalker is Brian's son. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. 'cause
That's
they
a really
do
decent
look alike.
prediction.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about how his wife handled trying to get him that acting job?
I think she handled it nicely. I mean, you know, you're a wife and you want to help him out. So, I mean, I like how she apologized, like, okay, I overstepped my boundaries.
They seem to have a really sweet
But
relationship.
it's very sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
I love their relationship.
I like their
Yeah,
relationship.
I did too.
They're going to stick together. I don't know about the other couples, but, you know.
She's rooting for him, even though
Yeah.
maybe her intentions he felt like she was overstepping. She just wanted the best for her husband. Yeah. And it wasn't because, you know, she's already doing well for herself. So it's not like she wants to do it for, you know, for a selfish reason. She really wants him to be able to pick up his career. So she was just trying to give him a little push. And, you know, I see Brian's point too. He's like, no, look, I'm a well-respected actor. You know, don't do this.
Yeah, I got it on both.
Right? Did you think ends. I can't do it?
But I really liked that he called Shannon.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm glad they tied her into that finally.
And her advice was very sound.
It was.
Oh, very. You know what's so surprising? For she wasn't the most sound back then. So now she's like very like, and I'm helping the earth and
saving animals.
Saving animals, and here and I've got great advice for you. I'm like, what?
I just always loved Brenda's character.
Me too.
Yes. I feel like people always pegged her as like
she was a fan favorite.
She was a big capital B.
I loved her.
I loved her too.
I didn't think she was. I thought she was.
I didn't
passionate.
really like her at all.
Really?
I was like this.
She was definitely
She
was definitely one of my favorites. I think that I definitely feel like she's a fan favorite. I like how they're giving us like. Obviously, I want to see more of her. I think we will get more of her. But how they're like kind of easing her up in there, it's like they're teasing me because I'm just like, bring her in.
Yeah. Bring her in.
I need her to be like with them.
Yeah,
I love Shannon.
I like her now. I love her. I'm like, oh my God, there's a whole nother. But that's nice because it shows she's matured.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I like how even Brian was like, hi, my secret best friend.
Yeah.
So that's because it seems like there's something going on with the cast that they kind of have like something against Shannon. It's something. It's going to go into that a little bit deeper, but I just remember last episode when she did that whole big Skype thing and everyone's looking up.
Everybody got
there she is.
Everyone's rolling eyes.
But you saw how everybody like responds to her. It's almost like everybody's all like happy to like see her because I'm telling you, she is people's favorite. Like people love Shannon.
They're agreeing with you.
Like they do.
Yeah.
I do.
I always loved her character and I was so sad when she wasn't on anymore.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And then they brought in, Valerie Malone to kind of like fill that hole. But I mean, and plus it was Brandon's other half. It was his twin. So it was really bizarre.
Yeah. Even though
she was just gone.
Yeah. Even though I thought she was, very witchy, I liked how spicy she was. Because I know I'm very spicy sometimes.
I just love the side that she brought out of Dylan McKay. And this episode gave me chills. I remember watching it on YouTube a few times where like Dylan's like mad and she like runs after her and she's like, don't yell at me, and he grabs her and says, I'm sorry. Then and it gave me chills. Like she brought out a side of Dylan that I just loved.
I always loved her with Dylan.
I loved her with Dylan.
So much that it was hard for me to watch Kelly and Dylan because I was just like, but what about Brenda?
They keep saying Brenda.
Right. Like to this day, I can't even listen to REM Losing My Religion without thinking of her playing it over and over and her breakup. I'm like, I know. Dylan. Anyways, okay, guys. So I think we have a special segment.
Yes. So for our fun segment, it's 90210, bring back the 90s. And for this week, we have music bands. First one, Blink 182. Their mainstream breakthrough song was What's My Age Again? That was released in 1999. Then we have the Backstreet Boys. One of their biggest hits is I Want It That Way.
Tell me why.
You sing it, girl. Which was released April 12th, 1999 and reached #1 spot in more than 25 countries. And then Third Eye Blind, a few of their top hits included Some Charmed Life, Jumper, and Never Let You Go. And then Counting Crows, one of their popular songs being Colorblind, which was featured in the film Cruel Intentions. And Spice Girls, favorite band in the 90s with...
Say what you want,
Oh, you got it really want.
What I really want.
I wanna. Don't even have to say it. Wannabe being a top favorite. And in 2014, there was a study that's the most chosen song that people can recognize.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, everyone knows
Universal pop song.
NSYNC, I Want You Back. Bye, bye, bye. This I Promise You, Girlfriend Pop. It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be May.
May. Reached the top 10 in several international charts, with the last being a U.S. Billboard Hot 100 #1. And then last but certainly not least, we have our diva, Mariah Carey. One of her hits being Fantasy, which topped the 100 charts for 8 consecutive weeks.
Love it.
By the way, on this topic of 90s music. I mean, we could go on and on and on all day about good 90s music.
For sure.
But I will tell you, I just was trying to do some back research, and Brian Austin Green has a podcast.
Okay.
Just so you all know. And he's actually really cool. I actually really liked listening to him.
I'll have to check it
he's
out.
very humble and just kind of like understated and talks smack about his own podcast. He's like, I have 8 listeners, whatever. But he mentioned in it that they're doing some sort of live event with all of the cast, and it's going to be at the Torrance High School. Is that right? Torrance.
Gonna have to check
I
it
hope
out.
that's right. Don't call me out. If you know the answer and it's not Torrance, feel free to let me know.
No,
But-
so far they're having fun with the Spice Girls song.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Spice Girls. I'm right there with you. We're doing on karaoke tonight.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So anyways, South Beverly High was not a real school, in case you guys were wondering. But this is the high school they shot at. And anyways, they're doing a big thing there on, I believe, August 30th. I don't know. It's Labor Day weekend. But back to the 90s music. Guess who's going to be performing? Color Me Bad. Sound familiar?
What?
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
And it made me start thinking about how many artists cut their teeth on 90210. Because, like, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Obviously, Color Me Bad. I love the part in the elevator when Kelly and Donna are like, I'm going to ask them so many questions. She's like, I'm going to ask them what color they are. And it's just like, it's bad, of course.
Yes.
So funny.
Love it.
I remember the Flaming Lips played Peach Pit After Dark. And I, like, thought that was really rad.
That's cool.
They're still around and super rad.
All right, we need to go to that too.
Yeah. A big list.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we get on to news?
Yes, I'll take up where you left off.
Yeah, I already gave you a little news.
You did. So a couple things, not too much, but before I start, I gotta shout out somebody in the chat who definitely let me know a little something. MC Squared, we're friends now. You're definitely my friend. But no, I mean, I think that I didn't get a chance to talk about Ian Ziering, who starred as Finn Shepard in the Sharknado film series from 2013 to 2018, and I just want to make sure like we give him credit. So MC Squared. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Or thank you, actually. But
We'll see you at the Peach Pit.
seriously.
And it is
Burger
Torrance.
on me. But
is
yeah,
Torrance, yeah.
so he also had a reoccurring role on Swamp Thing, Malibu Rescue, and he's also starting producing Zombie Tidal Wave that will air as part of the Sci-Fi's Off the Deep End weekend on August 17th. That's this weekend at 9 Pacific Standard Time. So he's doing a lot, and I want to make sure I definitely put that out there because they're all incredible actors and they're doing so much.
producers,
so,
yeah.
So they're doing a lot, even if they're not acting or producing and writing books and things like that. So thank you, MC Squared. I also want to mention that I didn't know this, but Jason Priestley dated Christine Elyse, who plays Emily Valentine, for 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I feel like I think I may have known that, but maybe I just forgot. But
Well, they kept that real under wraps.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh,
Well,
okay.
and remember, that kind of makes sense because I remember in the later years, college, maybe even post-college,
yeah.
remember he went to San Francisco to be with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very brief. So it was like this way
Oh.
prolonged out, like, adult relationship that they had that was
Oh,
real
he went to
brief.
San Francisco to visit her.
Yeah,
but
she
then
lived in San Francisco.
Right, but then she ended up telling him that he was like in love with Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then it kind of just, I think that was like season
But
5
that
or
would make
something.
sense, her making a cameo.
Yeah.
She's still around.
Right.
Yes.
Still around behind the
Bring
scenes.
She's
her
still on
on.
Brandon Walsh.
And by the way, it is Torrance. I got
Thank you,
one
Jackie.
of our awesome fans here.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
on it. They
Yeah.
are on
Got
it.
it.
Super fans.
Yeah.
And then, one other thing. So Brian Austin Green had mentioned in an interview that if he was approached with the reboot for the 90s drama, that he would have said no. He said he's excited to play this new character that he created and he gets to have fun with. And he mentions playing David Silver for 10 years is kind of, it's... I mean, they kind of want to try something new. So I understand, like, a lot of people want to see them kind of pick up where they left off. But, like, as actors, it's like, how cool could that be if they get to kind of, play themselves and have fun with their characters? So I think that we're also going to get what we want to see them kind of pick up. I think as we get more, probably another season, obviously. Probably not this season, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll all be satisfied. I think at the end of the day, everybody's going to be satisfied. They know that people would have wanted them to pick up stuff. Like, they're going to give us something.
Yeah. Maybe we should all clear our schedules, by the way.
I know.
And go down to
I
this.
have so much plans right now.
Go to the Torrance High School thing.
Peach Pit.
Yeah. So I was listening to Brian Austin Green's podcast, and he talked about the drive down. He tried to find it like without his maps to see if he could remember. I know. I thought it was really cool. Anyways, really quick predictions, guys. Kind of heard yours.
Yeah,
but-
my
AfterBuzz
predictions.
TV predictions.
Wow. Ooh, next episode. Wow. Well, there's going to be more fights for sure.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that Jason finds out that he's actually not fertile unless there's help for him to be fertile. Because although he cheated, it's pretty shady that she's pregnant and not letting him know that it's not his kid. Although she probably is confused, like she thinks it's his kid.
Yeah.
So that's going to really
I
unravel.
think Jason's getting a divorce. That's my prediction. And maybe Gabby too.
I don't think Ian is.
I don't think Gabby's going to get Ian is definitely.
He's like,
I don't think he is.
She's having a self-epiphany, maybe. Yeah.
You don't think
Ian's getting a divorce?
I don't know. I'm feeling like that maybe because when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, he's saying that he got her. He's recording her like, having sex throughout the house. He's gonna try to use that to get a divorce. I feel like she's gonna come back with something. So, which I think will be cool to kind of see it get just more dark.
Well, I'm going to agree with you on that. He's not going to get divorced right now, but I think he's going to wait because he was mentioning something about the 5-year, how he doesn't want to like wind up getting himself in a jam because he signed the prenuptial, blah, blah, and it's in the prenuptial. So he's going to wait. He's not stupid because he's a businessman and he's got a fat
I would
house.
think she would be even more entitled by then, and more money could have been made by then. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. What do you think?
kind of going based off of with Jason, I think even him and Jenny are going to heat up a little bit more. I hope he does find out that that's not his child.
Yeah.
And then I really do think we're going to get a little bit more light on this Zach mysterious kid. I'm going to put it, I think he's Brian's son.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so, too.
really
Yeah.
interesting. I love that. I love that. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Where can everyone find you, lovely ladies?
Yes.
Well, you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Shantiera.
And you can find me on Instagram at Chelsea Overrocker and on Twitter at Chelsea Overrocker.
Hi, you can check me out at Jackie Nova 7 across the board and oxfilms.us. I have a feature film coming out this fall called Art of Deception, so check it out.
Love it. Bye, guys. I'm Bethany Jean. You can find me at Bethany Jean Official on all platforms. Bye. See you
Bye.
next week.
See you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.